You're like, well, he doesn't cheat on me.
Yeah.
It's
not that bad.
Yeah, he has integrity at his job. Like, there are some good qualities about him, but there's some subtle things that you're missing that a godly man does not do. Your goal as a man, if you're trying to lead, it should always be leading her back to Christ. Godly, single men still exist. Please do not believe the lie from Satan that they're all taken. Because we hear it a lot. Yeah. That like
the ratio.
All the godly men are either married or dead. Like, it's like there ain't no more single men that's breathing looking for marriage, and that's just not true. What's up, fam? Welcome back to our channel. My name is Tim. This is my beautiful wife, Pauline, and you're tuning into another episode of the W Podcast where you get wisdom in the word with the
Wheelers.
Hey, so we have a great episode this week talking about the 7 things a godly man does not do in dating. So, fellas, if you're listening to this, tap in because you want to make sure that you're not unintentionally, because a lot of times it may not even be intentional, but you want to make sure you're not doing these. And ladies, if you see a man doing these, run. Because what we found is most people think the difference between a godly man and a regular man, quote unquote, is obvious. But the truth is, it's not obvious.
Yeah.
Sure, a godly man is not cussing you out. He's not putting his hands on you. He's not cheating, all of these things. But a lot of the separators are subtle.
Yeah.
They're underrated traits that matter just as much.
I like that, underrated traits.
Because if you don't realize what they are, it will be easy to tolerate behavior from an ungodly man that you never should tolerate. Because you're like, well, he doesn't cheat on me.
Yeah.
It's
not that bad.
Yeah, he has integrity at his job. Like, there are some good qualities about him, but there's some subtle things that you're missing that a godly man does not do. And one of the things, and maybe the greatest thing that a godly man can do in a dating relationship is be clear and intentional.
I love that.
And let you know what his thoughts are, what his intentions are along the way.
Yeah.
This doesn't mean that a man has to be perfect, because no man is.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't have you guessing.
He's consistent in his intentionality and clarity.
This is really important. Like, we want to get this right, whether you're a man listening to this or a woman.
Right, because honestly, there's a lot of Christian men, a lot of guys in church. And because when I think about Christian men, a lot of times it's just people who don't proclaim any other religion. And yes, Christianity is a religion. There are traditions and things that build it up and make it feel the religious role. But being a Christian really means, the word Christian means being Christ-like, being like Christ, acting like Christ, behaving like Christ, making decisions and treating people, treating yourself the way that Christ would. So there's a lot of men who are Christian in that way, where they're like, hey, I'm not Muslim, I'm not Hindu, I'm not agnostic. So yeah, I'm Christian, I live in the US, most of us, I'm Christian, but there are fewer godly men. There are fewer men that are a man after God's own heart. And if you don't know the difference between a Christian man and a godly man, you'll end up blaming yourself for behavior that he never intended to fix or never intended to be like. Yeah.
And I was not a godly man in high school or early college. So I know what it's like to be a godly man and what actions I was choosing to take. And I know what it's like now being a godly man for over a decade and what actions I've chosen to take. And it's not just me. Like, these are actions that I've seen other godly men, whether they be mentors, people that are friends, or even people younger than me. These are people that are godly and refuse to do certain things consistently in their life.
And your future marriage, which is really what we're all focused on here, your future family, your future kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, the cutie ones, we love all of them. They're going to be shaped by who you date and the behaviors and the choices that you make right now.
7 things a godly man does not do. Number 1, a godly man doesn't play with your emotions.
Never.
Now, I feel like you have a story about this.
Yeah, I mean, my freshman year of college, there was a guy that I gave my time to. This is before I was following Christ.
So, more than your time.
Wow!
Mom, pause the podcast.
Wow.
She wasn't ready. You telling the story. This is your story.
I'm trying. Okay. He liked me. He said he did anyway, but he really only liked what he thought that I could offer, or really like give him a status in a way. There were signs, you know, he only texted me late at night and come over late at night.
Come over.
Yeah, and it just wasn't consistent at all. I mean, I was not naive by any means, but again, my standards were not very high, and they were not godly standards at all. But I don't think he definitely was not aware of like how his actions were making me feel. He would lie a lot when I would bring things up to him that I would find out, and he just was more concerned about how he looked to his friends, and yeah, there wasn't clear communication at all whatsoever. That was not a priority. Maybe he didn't have the skills for that.
I'm glad you said that. It leads me right to what I wanted to say, because a godly man gives clarity. He doesn't bring chaos into your life. And if he's not being clear, he either doesn't like you, or he doesn't have the relational skills, which you were talking about,
Right.
or the confidence to communicate his feelings clearly.
Or all three.
Either way, that's not someone you want to be around.
Combination of three, yeah.
Number 2, he doesn't pressure you sexually.
Yeah.
So if a man is pushing you past your boundaries, he's not protecting your purity. He's protecting his own desires. Going back to your story, that guy was in it for himself.
Yeah,
like,
truly.
How this makes me look, how this makes me feel.
Yeah.
A godly man does not want to take advantage of your heart or your body.
Yeah, he has a heart of service. Like, he wants to help you. He's there because he wants to add on to your life. And he's thinking, obviously there's parts about you he enjoys, but he's like, hey, like, I'm here to serve. I'm here to make your life better.
If you're serving a man more than he's serving you at any point in your dating relationship,
Yikes.
That's not it.
Yeah.
Because the Bible says that marriage is a representation of how Christ died for the church.
Yeah.
We can't serve God more than he already served us.
So good. Whew.
So a man
Thank you,
should be
Lord.
serving you more than you're serving him.
Right.
Even though you are a helpmate when you get married.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the ultimate or most of the sacrifice should be coming from the man.
Yes.
Number 3, he doesn't ghost when it gets real.
Yeah, I mean, guys, a lot of times, like, when it's all fun and games, you guys know we're all about keeping it fun and holy, and, like, when the fun part of the relationship or fun part of dating comes up, the guy, yeah, you want to go mini golf? Yeah, you want to do this? Yeah, you want to have fun? You want to play video games?
I want to have fun. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, like, I'm there.
You wanna talk?
Yeah, you want to go on a date? Like, let's do that. I'm down. Like, that sounds so much fun. Try out this new spot, that new spot. But then the second you're like, hey, I'm going through something. It was you if you were me. You can't find him. You want to have conversations about your dreams, about vision. And he's like, this is too much for me. I'm tired. I just came home from work. And it's like, bro, this cannot just be fun all the time. Like, let's have like, you can't find him. He's not calling you back. Boom, I'm out of there.
Yeah, because if a man avoids emotional responsibility, he's not ready for covenant.
Yeah,
A
truly.
godly man shows up even when it's uncomfortable. There's a lot of times Pauline wants to talk. I don't want to talk. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to have to talk about this. But that's not fair to her.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's not fair to myself because I need the conversation just as much as she needs, even if I don't realize I need
Ding,
it.
ding, ding.
Because by not having the conversation, we're not moving the ball forward. And if we're not moving the ball forward, I'm losing. Number 4. He doesn't hide you.
Yes. Like, if he's only talking to you late at night, like that story I told earlier, or, you know, your friends, you guys been together for a year, his friends don't know who you are, you haven't met his friends, they haven't met you, his family doesn't know who you are, not a good sign. If everything is private, but nothing is official, that's a big yikes. And we're not even talking about, like, oh, because there's sin going on, obviously that's not a good thing either, but if it's just a lot of, like, fear and insecurity on his part, maybe he's dated a lot in the past, and his family's really hard on him about the girls he's dated, or whatever the case is, like, those are still big red flags, because those are obstacles that he's, like, not trying to move.
Going back to what we said at the beginning of this episode, a godly man, the greatest gift he can give you is clarity and intention. A part of being intentional is he already has a game plan of how I'm going to introduce her to my family. Mm-hmm. Before me and Pauline ever officially dated, I wanted her to meet my family because family is important to me. Now, you may not have a family you're close to, but who do you have in your life that you're close to that you want this person to meet? Like, that's important. And ladies, we're not saying that a man should put you on his Instagram or his YouTube, TikTok, whatever social media he may have, his LinkedIn. Like, we're not saying that is what exposure is.
Right.
Like, just because he doesn't want to put you on his social media doesn't mean he's hiding you. Like,
right.
You
social
should care.
Not real life.
You should care more about people you meet in real life
versus
him introducing you to everybody on his social profile.
Right, because it's more about like you don't have to be known by everybody in his life. Like very rare. Like it's pretty. In most situations, it's pretty late in the game when you're meeting people at like their work mates or co-workers and things like that, but like you're not a secret. It should like, I know you have a girlfriend. If I work with somebody and I know that they have a girlfriend, that doesn't mean I need to meet them for you not to be, a secret. So you shouldn't be anyone's secret. And one of the things I love, our very first like meetup that we had before we were like ever officially talking, but we were like sitting to have a conversation in Panera about like, hey, okay, we like each other, what are we gonna do now, what's our next step? The first thing you asked me, do you remember?
No.
The first thing you asked
me. I do remember.
What was it?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was thinking about something I want to share after this. That's why
Sorry, got you.
So if I know what you're talking about, you asked, did I ask you who knows that we're here?
Yeah, you're like, who knows that we're here? And I was like, oh wow, like he's serious. Like this isn't something that he wants to keep a secret. This isn't something that he's trying to just like, oh, he's here for like an emotional like high, if you will. Some guys, again, like they just want their emotional itch to scratch. Like, yeah, I got a girl on my phone and she makes me feel good and I go to her when I want to go to her. But it's like, no, like you wanted accountability, you wanted people to be involved, and I really much respected that you didn't want to hide me, and you're like, yeah, this is who I told, this is who knows what's going on.
Integrity is a big deal.
Huge, the biggest.
You need that in a godly man. And like something happened to me today, and if you don't want me to share this on pod, I'll take it off. But like today, I was in the store. I forgot to bring my wedding ring into the store. I was in the car, and this woman smiled at me. And like I've seen her in the store before. We've never like talked or anything outside of her checking me out, like checking my groceries out. And she smiled at me, and like I thought like, oh crap, like I don't have my wedding ring on. Like I would hate to even give her the false impression that I'm available because I don't have my ring, and like her to think in her mind, which would be her fault because I didn't do anything, but even if her mind, she's wondering like, oh man, I wonder if he's available or if he's single or like if we could be a thing because I don't have my ring on. Like that's integrity. Like I'm worried about her. She's not my wife. I don't know her I don't even know her name, but like I felt bad that I even could have potentially giving off a vibe or an idea or an appearance that I'm something that I'm not. And like that's what you want in a man, is like a man who cares about your feelings and cares about how he's treating you, because he knows that his actions have weight. And he doesn't just do things or not do things without intention.
Right. And that's so good. I love that you shared that because, public honor does affect private honor and vice versa. Like if a guy doesn't honor you privately and he's disrespecting you with his words and things like that, that's going to translate publicly. But also the other side goes, if the reverse is true too. Like if he's honoring you publicly, telling his family, hey, there's a girl that I really like, I want you guys to meet her, this is what I think about her, all of that stuff, like that's going to translate to how he treats you publicly or privately as well. So both are important, both matter.
Number 5, he doesn't date without purpose. So godly men, your favorite word, don't want situationships.
My least favorite word.
Pauline hates that.
I hate
They are clear with their intentions and date you. So let me ask you this. Do you think that situationships are solely on the man? Like if someone's in a situationship?
Of course not.
Both people are at fault.
Well, because if the girl's staying in a situationship, she's tolerating it. As soon as things are going past a certain point, I'm asking a question. If you're not giving me a response that I feel confident and peaceful about, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah. A godly man is clear. We've been saying it. We're going to keep saying it. They're clear with their intentions to date you. Clear. They're clear with their intentions to see if you could be their wife. Number 6. Goodness gracious. He doesn't.
Number 8. You want to be done?
Hey, there's more than 7 things that a godly man can do. Just know that. So, number 6, he doesn't dishonor his commitment. So, consistency is a love language. So, it's not really a love language like in the book, but like it low-key could be a love language of a man being consistent, of his word meaning something, his yes being yes, his no being no.
So good.
Like if he says he's going to do something for you, he does it. If he says he has these plans, he follows through. And if he doesn't follow through because something happened, he makes that clear about what happened. Like he's somebody. And look, don't just look for this in your relationship. Like, as you're dating somebody and getting to know them, like, does he honor his commitment to serve at church? Like, he says he wants to serve once a month, twice a month. Does he do it? He says
his job.
He wants to go for a promotion in his job and he has to take this course to do it. Does he do it?
Yeah.
Like, does he honor his commitments?
Yeah. Not just talk. We need action. We need men of action.
And again, we're not saying perfection. Like,
patterns.
He's not always going to get it right. But is he trying to consistently get it right is what you want to see. Right. Number 7, he doesn't make you his God. What's that mean?
It means that his identity is in Christ, that he is not doing everything he can to please you. That means that he's challenging you, that you're seeing his leadership qualities, especially spiritually, that he's putting God, because when he puts God first, he can love you better, and he knows that, and his actions reflect that. And we've had so many times in our relationship, where I'm telling you about things that are hard for me, that I'm struggling with, and you're like, hey, have you talked to God about that? What is the Lord leading you to? Have you talked to your mentors about this? What are they saying? Instead of you trying to like flip over backwards and make me happy, oh, I'll do this for you and I just want you to not be upset. And it's like, you've told me so many times, like, yeah, it's good for you to sit in this grief. Not like in a punishing way of like,
sit down and cry.
No, it's not like that, but it's more of like, yeah, like the Lord is refining you. Like, I know this really hurts and this stinks, but like, God is still with you, and you're constantly pushing me, back to the Lord. And even doing that, for yourself. And I'm seeing you pursue God. And I'm seeing you make sacrifices.
And I would do that even in dating.
Yes.
Like, if we're praying about when do we want to get married, or we're talking about different decisions, or she's telling me about different things. Like, I'm asking her, like, okay, have you prayed about it? Like, what is the Lord? Like, even in dating, I was asking, like, your goal as a man, if you're trying to lead, it should always be leading her back to Christ.
Yeah.
Like, always pointing her back to Christ. That's the best thing you can do for her, because that's what she needs. Right. And another thing we could say is, like, a godly man doesn't let a woman lead spiritually in a relationship. Like, that's another piece, is just making sure that you have a vision for your own life, for what you want your relationship with God to look like. You have a vision for what it could look like in your relationship, and obviously even future, you have a vision for what it would look like for your family. Like, what do you, like, that should be a part of your goal. Like, it's great to have goals for money, goals for your career, but like, you need to have some spiritual goals as well.
Right.
And some spiritual systems that you have in place to help your family achieve those goals.
Yeah, and rhythms. And this is how we're going to fast and pray as a family. This is how I'm fasting and praying as a husband, as a man now. This is how I'm pursuing God now. And this is what, the decisions that I'm making, and sharing those and being open with those. And yeah, it's not about, because sometimes guys can be like, wow, I found this really great girl and I'll never find another girl like her. And that may be true, because, there's only one of her and there's only one of all of us. But at the end of the day, it's like, she's important, but God's not. She's not more important than God. And no matter how great you are, I'm not giving up my quiet time. I'm not giving up, the commitments that I've made to the Lord. I'm not giving up my love for God and my conversations with him and listening to him. And even if you want to get married on this date, I love you, honey, and I hear you, and I want to honor what you want, but first let's seek the Lord. First, let's see what God has to say about this, and if what you have to say is not in alignment with the Lord, then we need to go back.
Here's how you know you're in the wrong relationship. When you are dating somebody or beginning to be in a relationship, a lot of times the amount of time that they spend talking to God and connecting with God decreases. When you're with the right person, the amount of time you talk to God and spend with him actually should increase.
Yeah.
Because there should be scenarios that you're bringing to God, like, hey, how do I handle this? What do I do with this? Like, it honestly should be giving you more content, for lack of a better word, to speak to the Lord about. Mm-hmm. So
feeling your relationship with him.
Right. So that's just something you want to watch. Like, if you realize you don't have a quiet time anymore because you're too tired from staying up to 2 a.m. talking to your boo, that ain't it. Mm-hmm. Why are you talking that late anyway? Go to sleep. Don't you got a job? Like, let's be responsible. So, godly single men still exist. Mm-hmm. Let me say that again.
Please.
Godly single men still exist. Please do not believe the lie from Satan that they're all taken, because we hear it a lot. Yeah. That like
the ratio,
all the godly men are either married or dead. Like, it's like there ain't no more single men that's breathing that's looking for marriage, and that's just not true.
Yeah.
Just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not true. I think about that verse. There's a story in the Bible where there's a prophet who's talking to God, and he's like, I'm the only one who still lives for you. And God's like, I got 1,000 people that you don't even know about that's still serving me. Like, the world is so much bigger than your circle. So just because somebody isn't in your circle right now doesn't mean God can't bring somebody for you in your circle. So you're not asking for too much by having standards, ladies. You don't have to settle. And godly men are not perfect. Like, please hear us. Godly men are not perfect.
Focus on
They're not always going to do these 7 things perfectly.
Right.
But again, their fruit should be consistent. They should be consistently, more times than not, doing things that help them grow closer to God, that help them be clear and intentional in dating.
Yeah.
So if this episode was helpful, make sure you tune in next week, because next week, ladies, we're talking about you. We're talking about 7 things a godly woman does not do. So fellas, make sure you tune into that too, because a lot of times it's easy to ignore certain things in a woman because we think she's fine, or because we think she can do this or that for us.
Or don't know what a godly standard is. Yeah.
And you're going to set yourself up for a miserable life because you ignored a lot of red flags, a lot of things you could have seen before you got married. So make sure you check in next week. It's going to be a great episode, and we'll see y'all then on the W Podcast.
Bye.
Thanks for watching this video.
To get more Christian relationship advice, subscribe to our channel.
And make sure you check out our other videos as well.